Do a Q&A part 16 for puppies. If you don't do it, then that means that you hate puppies and Mike Trout. Wow, really? That's a pretty extreme way to put in a request. And there have been lots of other requests, as you can see right up here on the screen. People wanting me to do another one of these videos. So you know what? I think it's time to get that party started. I'm Zack Hample, and this is part 16 of my Q&A video series. So let's just jump right into it and start with the question that makes me mad. You'll see what I mean. What do you think of the Nats banning backpacks at their park? I think it sucks! It's super inconvenient to not be able to bring in a backpack. I personally have so much stuff that I bring to games. People who come from work, it's inconvenient. Parents with small children who need to bring all kinds of stuff, diapers, baby formula, also very inconvenient. And I think we're letting the bad guys win if we've gotten to this point as a society where we can't even bring in just basic necessities to a sporting event, which is supposed to be fun and entertaining. So I think Major League Baseball and security both need to step it up, and if it takes longer to get into the stadium, so be it. I think people should be allowed to bring in their bags. The St. Louis Cardinals also have been banning backpacks in St. Louis for a couple of seasons. It drives me crazy and makes me not want to go there. Here are a couple of questions about a fellow Z-man, Zack Britton, who recently changed the spelling of his first name from Z-A-C-H to Z-A-C-K. It's a topic that I'm very passionate about also. And as I said on Twitter, welcome to the club, my man. I mean, Zack, really, congrats on finally getting it right. Z-A-C-K. We're the cool ones. Zack, have you ever been to Alaska before? No. Can you answer this question in the next Q&A? Yes. Have you ever shoved a baseball up your ass while singing Sorry by Justin Bieber? No. Why would you even ask that question of me? That's really weird that you would ask that question. Let's move on, all right? Zack, did you go to the 2015 All-Star Game? And if you did, then why didn't you post the video? So, writing Reaper, I was barely starting to do stadium videos in 2015. I really didn't even get into it in a serious way till 2016. And I didn't know how to edit video back then. And I went to that game by myself. So what would I have even done with the footage? I did, however, write a monster blog entry about that experience. It's more than 3,000 words, more than 40 photographs. So you should definitely check that out. I will throw a direct link to that entry in the description for this video, so take a look for it. Did you go to the 2015 MLB All-Star Game? Yeah. If so, do you have a ball? Okay, so no, I don't, and I'm pissed off about that even all these years later. I don't always get the commemorative ball that I try for. I mean, I usually do. I have pretty good success rates with that, but there was a beautiful commemorative logo that year for the game, red stamping. I really wanted one. Came up short. Let's not talk about it. Why weren't you at the 2018 World Series? Well, probably Yankee fan for the same reason that you weren't at the 2018 World Series. There were no games in New York. That's where I live. And it just would have been really expensive to hit the road. I do it some years, but it's not like I have to be at the World Series every year or I can't sleep with myself. So, you know, I went to a few playoff games in New York and that was it. I was like, yeah, I'm good. Next. Zack, is it true that you are banned from 3 MLB stadiums? If so, which ones? Keep up with the great vids. So I put this comment elevated a little bit so I can show you the reply that someone posted underneath. How would he be banned from 3 stadiums if he went to all of them this past season? So, baseball training, thank you for jumping in there and setting the record straight. Yeah, each of the last 2 seasons, I've been to all 30 stadiums, so definitely not banned. Zack, do you love my profile picture? Yes, I do, Beastly. That looks like me doing a little dab thing. Any picture of me I love, unless it's a bad picture and then I hate it, but that looks like a pretty good one. Also, I met you at Yankee Stadium on April 23rd when the Yankees were playing the Twins, and I want to thank you for the picture. You're welcome. You also asked me to watch your jacket if you remember. You probably don't, but that's okay. I actually do remember that because I don't often ask random New Yorkers to watch my stuff because New Yorkers are a crazy bunch. And I'm allowed to say that because I am one. but I'm not crazy in the same way that other people are crazy, if that makes sense. Can you babysit me? Yes, if you live nearby and I get paid a whole lot of money, I would be glad to babysit you. Zach, my man, what's up? What's up? For your next Q&A, I would like to know what your reaction would be if you ever met Manny Machado, and what would you say to him? Also, love your videos. Much love from Chicago. So, Daniel, thank you very much. My mental reaction would go something like this. Wow, here's a guy who has all the talent in the world and zero respect for the game. He can't even be bothered to hustle down the first base line. But life is all about thinking certain things and then not actually saying them, because if you did, then you'd be a real dick. So what I'd actually say to him would be like, hey Manny, what's up? Thanks for throwing me a few baseballs over the years. Would you do a WWZ game with Manny Machado? For those who don't know, WWZ stands for Watch with Zack. That's my business where I take people to games. Look, I would assume Manny Machado is pretty busy playing baseball, but after his career is over, if he wants to hire me for a day, yeah, I would absolutely go to a game with him. Would you do a Watch with Zack game with Donald Trump? So I saw Donald Trump in person at Citi Field in 2010. He was on the warning track, signing autographs. I was right behind the third base dugout. He was surrounded by his security personnel, and I chose not to get his autograph at the time because I didn't want him to ruin one of my precious batting practice balls by scribbling his name on it. I do regret that decision now. But anyway, look, I am not a fan of Donald Trump. That is not a secret. But if he wants to hire me for a game, yeah, I would do a game with him. I think it would be pretty interesting. You know what? I would use a lot of my time with him to convince the Washington Nationals to undo that stupid no backpack rule at the stadium. But other than that, yeah, I think it would be fun to talk baseball with him and talk other things with him. And I would definitely challenge him on some things. He might challenge me on some things, and we could agree to disagree. I think really that's how things should work a lot more often. The Cincinnati Reds are now 150 years old, so will you be attending Cincinnati opening day, since it is a holiday, and it will be a special one? So no, I will not be in Cincinnati for their first game of the season. What stadium are you going to for opening day? And another similar question, Zach, what stadium will you visit to kick off the 2019 MLB season? The answer, my friends, is that I will be at the Tokyo Dome in Japan. Oh yeah, baby, to see the Athletics play the Mariners March 20th and 21st. You guys can look forward to those videos. Do the Mariners suck? They suck big time. But I am looking forward to seeing Ichiro play 2 last games in the majors. Clearly, I'm going to catch his last home run if he hits one. Just calling it right now. All right, here we go with a question from the old Instagram. At Zack Hample, do you know what teams are using commemorative balls in 2019? So I have heard, thanks to a couple of friends who follow this stuff really closely and are kind enough to email me about it, thank you, Eric and Justin, that the Reds are going to have one for their 150th anniversary. The Padres, we think, for their 50th anniversary. The Rangers, definitely for the final season at Globe Life Park. And other than that, I don't know, there might be others. Definitely there'll be commemorative balls for opening day. I would assume there'll be one in Japan, there'll be one in London, there'll be one in Mexico, Home Run Derby, All-Star Game, postseason. So there's lots of special balls this year for you guys to look for and hopefully catch. Here are a couple of questions from the same guy who really wants to know where I'm going for spring training this year. And the answer is nowhere, because I'm going to Japan. That's my big preseason trip. Well, I mean, it's regular season games, but before you get the point. Are you going to be at SunTrust Park in 2019? I have no idea. Other than Japan and London, I have not made any plans, and I have barely even looked at the schedule, so 50-50 chance. We'll see. Zach, you're the best person ever? So Wade, that kind of looks like a statement, but you got a question mark at the end. But either way, the answer is yes. You are correct. Which brand of condom would you recommend? For your Q&A 16 on your compiled stats, Do you have the one lost record of home team for all the games you've attended by team or stadium runs scored average? Asks my man Gustavo. The answer is no. I keep track of a whole lot of stuff, but the wins and losses, I just never really cared enough. That would just be one more thing for me to have to deal with, so never got into it. Will the Cubs repeat in 2017? 2017? Do you know what year it is right now? Yeah, actually, as I've mentioned a number of times, I have taken screenshots of many comments and questions posted on my channel going back years. I have more than 1,500 of them saved. This one was posted after the World Series in 2016. And so the answer is yes. The Cubs are absolutely going to repeat in 2017. Clearly the best team. Do you have any balls from Kris Bryant? P.S. Keep up the great work, Zack. Well, thank you, the Alex channel. I appreciate it. The answer is no. Nothing from him. Never a thrown ball, never a batted ball. Hopefully someday. I do love watching him play. I think he's really good and quite handsome as well. Hey, Zack, what is your spirit animal? I am going with the bonobo because I learned recently about them at the Museum of Sex in New York City. They actually have a really interesting display on animal sexuality, and the bonobos use sex as a way to resolve conflict. And they are a very sex-positive species. I think that's awesome. They are also matriarchal, and in human societies where the women call the shots, there's a whole lot more love and a lot less violence. So I think we humans could all learn a thing or two from the bonobos. Hey Zack, how many times have you been to AT&T Park in San Francisco? The answer is 14. And by the way, that stadium has been renamed Oracle Park. How about that? And with that, we will do a few shout outs and then wrap this thing up. So first of all, we have one that says shout out please from Patrick Boyle. That's a whole lot of P's, L's, and Z's. So Patrick, thank you for the comment. Thank you for watching. This from a young man named Noah who says, can I have a shout out? I caught 41 balls this year and I'm only 11. Also, can this be in the next Q&A? By the way, my last name is pronounced Sites. So Noah Sites, thank you for the comment. This was another one that was posted a while back. So Noah, I hope you're still with me. And I hope you've caught a lot more balls. And I hope you leave a comment and update me about the number of balls that you have now. That would be nice to know. And thank you for watching. And finally, we have a comment from someone named Aiden Fink, whose name I recognize because he has left so many comments on my channel over the last, I don't know, season or two. Aiden says, Zack, I feel like you should give a shout out to all your subscribers. We all truly love what you do, including myself. Any chance next time? So first of all, a special shout out for you, Aiden. Thank you for all your support and all the comments. And thank you for your email as well. I got that recently. I'm gonna try to write back soon. I just have a ton of emails right now that I'm trying to keep up with. But this is a great idea. And so to all my subscribers out there, which right now that number is about 320,000. I can hardly believe it. Thank you guys so much for all the support, for watching, for liking the videos, for suggesting it to your friends, to making your parents watch with you. I absolutely love it. And all the comments, all the nice things you guys say, all the suggestions for other videos, it means so much to me, and I hope you guys stick with me for a long time. There are gonna be lots of great baseball stadium videos coming your way soon. I know I'm not gonna be at spring training, but if you can hold out till March, Japan, baby, look for those. And if you wanna see a part 17 of these Q&A videos, you guys know what to do. For right now, I'm out.